is the BBC Home Service. Tonight we have our next in our programs of Down Your Way. And today we visit the village of Plumley, famous for the Plumley Players and their annual performances of the light operas of Sir Arthur Seymour Sullivan and Sir William Schwenk Gilbert. Indeed, only the outbreak of the Second World War interrupted their unbroken sequence as they were rehearsing Trial by Jury. But the date is now August the 15th, 1945, and the war is over. All over the country, crowds are celebrating and looking forward to the return of their loved ones from the front. And what a shock those loved ones are going to have when they see what their loved ones have been doing in their absence. Women throughout the land have been fighting the war in their own way, taking on those jobs so vital to the war effort. They have become ARP wardens, firemen, postmen, factory workers, miners, and land girls. They have taken off their aprons and assumed their helmets. And here comes brave Tommy. Well, Tommy has a final battle to fight now if he wants to put the clock back to where it was 6 years ago. The women won't stand for that. So what's Tommy going to do when someone else is doing his job? Never fear, he'll think of something.
sounding calls with anxious ears surrounding, full of justice crowds surrounding, breathing hope and fear. For today in this arena, some of my stars will be the players in my Angelina trophy will appear. For today in this arena, some of my stars will be the players in my Angelina trophy will appear. Every show my Angelina trophy will appear. Coming out of tender sounding calls with anxious fears surrounding, full of justice now surrounding, breathing hope and fear. For today in this arena, some of my stars will be the players who my Angelina trophy will appear. Coming out of tender sounding calls with anxious fears surrounding, full of justice now surrounding, breathing hope and fear.
Now, jurymen, hear my advice. All kinds of vulgar prejudice, I pray you set aside. I pray you set aside. With stern judicial frame of mind, from bias free of every kind, this trial must be tried.
From bias free of every kind, this trial must be tried.
Oh, listen to the plaintiff's case. Observe the features of her face, the broken-hearted bride. Condole with her distress of mind. From bias free of every kind, this trial must be tried.
From bias free of every kind, this trial must be tried.
Oh, when amid the plaintiff's shrieks, the ruffianly defendant speaks upon the other side. What he may say you needn't mind. From bias free of every kind, this trial must be tried.
From bias free of every kind, this trial must be tried.
Is this the court of the exchequer?
It is.
The form of the care. Your evil stars in the ascendant.
Who are you?
I'm the defendant.
What's the dread of damages? Dread of fury.
Hear me if you please. These are very strange proceedings. Court permit me to remark on the merits of my pleadings. You're present in the dark.
As a very true remark on the merits of his pleadings, we're at present in the dark. Ah, ah, oh, oh, ah, ah, oh, oh.
When first my old love I knew, my bosom welled with joy. My riches at her feet I threw, I was a lovesick boy. No terms seemed too extravagant upon her to employ. I used to moan and sigh and pant, just like a lovesick boy. Tick-a-tank, 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 tick-a-tank. I do tick-a-tank, 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 just like a lovesick boy. Tick-a-tank. a love-sick boy. With fitful gleam of burnt my flame, and I grew cold, cold. At last, one morning I became another's love-sick boy. Tick-a-tank, 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 tick-a-tank. At last, one morning I became
shocking young scamp of a rover. I behave like a regular cad, but that sort of thing is all over. I am now a respectable chap, and shine with a virtue resplendent, and therefore I haven't a scrap of sympathy with the defendant. He should treat us with awe if there isn't a law, singing so merrily, tra-la-la, 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 singing so merrily, tra-la-la, 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 singing so merrily, tra-la-la, 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 singing so merrily, tra-la-la.
For these kind words accept my thanks, I pray. A breach of promise we've to try today. But firstly, if the time you not begrudge, I'll tell you how I came to be a judge.
He'll tell us how. He'll tell us how.
I'll tell you how.
He'll tell us how.
I'll tell you how.
He'll tell us how.
Let me speak.
Let him speak.
Let me speak.
Let him speak.
Let me speak.
He speaks. Hush, hush. He speaks. Hush, hush. He'll tell us how.
I, good friends, was called to the bar, I had an appetite fresh and hearty, for I was as many young barristers are, an impecunious party. I'd a swallowtail coat of a beautiful blue, a brief which I bought for a booby, a couple of shirts and a collar or two, and a ring that looked like a ruby.
A couple of shirts and a collar or two, and a ring that looked like a ruby.
In Westminster Hall I danced a dance like a semi-despondent fury, for I thought I should never hit on the chance of addressing a British jury. But I soon got tired of third-class journeys, dinners of bread and water. So I fell in love with the rich attorney's elderly, ugly daughter.
So I fell in love with the rich attorney's elderly, ugly daughter.
The rich attorney, he jumped with joy, replied to my fond professions. You'll reap the reward of your pluck, made boy, in the Bailey of Middlesex Sessions. You'll soon get used to her looks, says he. Very nice girl, you'll find her. She may very well pass for 43 in the dusk with the light behind her.
She may very well pass for 43 in the dusk with the light behind her.
That rich attorney was good at his word, briefs came trooping gaily. Every day my voice was heard at sessions of ancient Bailey. All thieves who could my fees afford relied on my orations. And many a burglar I restored with friends and his relations.
And many a burglar he's restored to his friends and his relations.
At length I became as rich as the Gurneys, an incubus then I thought, so I threw over the rich attorney's elderly, ugly daughter. The rich attorney, my character high, tried vainly to disparage. No! Yes! And now, if you please, I'm ready to try this breach of promise of marriage.
And now, if you please, he's ready to try this breach of promise of marriage.
For now I'm a judge.
And a good judge too.
Yes, now I'm a judge.
And a good judge too.
Though all men will be fudge, I'll never budge, but I'll live and die a judge.
And a good judge too.
It was managed by a job.
And a good job too.
It was managed by a job.
And a good job too.
It was patent to the mob that my being made a knob was effected by a job.
And a good job too.
Swear thou the jury.
Kneel, jurymen, oh kneel. Will you swear by yonder skies, whatever questions may arise, twixt rich and poor, twixt low and high, that you will well and truly try?
To all of this we make reply. To all of this we make reply. By the love sage of yonder sky, that we will well and truly try.
Well and truly Where is the plaintiff? Let her now be brought.
Oh, Angelina, come now into court.
never, never, never since I joined the human race saw I so excellently fair a face.
my dog, my dog.
How say you, is she not designed for capture?
We but one word and we love you fondly and we make you ours. We love you fondly and would make you, would make you ours. Monster, monster, there's the judge and we're the jury. Come, substantial judges, judges.
Silence in court. Sit down.
May it please you, my lord. Gentlemen of the jury, with a sense of deep emotion, I approach this painful case, for I never had a notion that a man could be so base. Oh, deceive a girl confiding, false etc. deriding. See my interesting client, victim of a heartless trial. See the traitor, all defiant, wear a supercilious smile. Sweetly smiled my client on him, coyly wooed and gently won him. Sweetly smiled his client on him, coyly wooed and gently won him. Swiftly fled each honeyed hour, spent with this unmanly male,
nature, the laws I obey, for nature is constantly changing. The universe is found, the time and the tide, and the weather. Les mois in succession go round, on the fruit of the party together. Ah, consider the mortal I pray, no bring a young garçon de chagrin, qui est cette jeune fille aujourd'hui, mais qui aimerait l'autre, le démon.
Consider the following friend, alright we have fell into sorrow. He loves this young lady today, and some young ladies tomorrow.
Ne mange pas trop jeune et toute journée, nor is it the act of a sinner, when luncheon is taken away, to turn his attention to dinner. Ce n'est pas in the realms of belief to look upon him as a gourmand, who when he is tired of his boutons determines to tackle the monde. Ah, but this I am willing to say, if it will appease a chagrin, I'll marry this lady today, but I'll marry the other, the demon.
The mercy is willing to say, if it will appease my sorrow, we'll marry this lady today, and marry the other tomorrow.
That seems a reasonable proposition to which your client may agree.
But I submit not with all submission to marry two at once is burglary. In the reign of James II, it was generally reckoned as a rather serious crime to marry two wives at a time.
A nice dilemma we have here that calls for all our wit, for all our wit.
And at this stage, it don't appear that we can settle it.
If I'm to wed the girl I'm love, I'll reach the surely meet. I smoke like a furnace, I'm always in liquor, a ruffian, a bully, a sot. I'm sure I should thrash her, perhaps I should kick her, I am such a very bad lot. I'm not prepossessing, as you may be guessing, she couldn't endure me a day. Recall my professing when you are assessing the damages Edwin must pay. We will be very like a furnace, town is faces
The question, gentlemen, is one of liquor. You asked for guidance. This is my reply. He says, when tipsy, he would thrash and kick her. Let's make him tipsy, gentlemen, and try.
With all respect, I do object.
I don't object.
With all respect.
Tonight.
Oh.
Final rehearsal. Go on, get your act together.
Have you paid them yet? No, medical check is in the post. We posted in 1939, I saw it.
Is it the final rehearsal? I thought there was another one.
Breathe in. Now,
I don't object.
With all respect, I do object.
I don't object.
With all respect, we do object, we do object, we do object.
all the legal fury sees you. No proposal seems to please you. I can't sit up here all day. I must totally get away. Barristers and you attorneys set out on your homeward journeys. Gentle, simple-minded usher, get you if you like to Russia. Set your briefs upon the shelf. I will marry her myself.
His love devoted, or you is doted to castle noted, away they go.
I wonder whether they'll live together in marriage together, in man or true.
It seems to me so that such is she, sir, a judge is he, sir, and a good judge too.
Oh, joy around it, with worlds surrounded, and there is sounded a free-for-all. It seems to me, for such as she's, a judge is he, and a good judge too. Oh, joy around it, with worlds surrounded, and there is sounded a free-for-all. It seems to me, for such as she's, a judge is he, and a good judge too.
Yes, I am a judge.
And a good judge too.
Yes, I am a judge.
And a good judge too.
Though homeward as you trudge, you declare my law be fudge. Yet of beauty I'm a judge.
And a good judge too.
The defendant is a snob.
And a great snob too.
The defendant is a snob.
And a great snob too.
The defendant is a
Snob, I reward him from his fall. Sell me a job and a good job too.
extra.
At the feast on the green,
No, be sure.
and that pride of his sex is to be next to. At the feast on the green, no, be sure. Big party bells, you carry sound. Forget your bells, for joys abound, for joys abound. Forget your bells, for joys abound. Big party bells, you carry sound. And clock your bells for the joys today. Big party bells, you carry sound. Forget your bells, for joys abound. Big party bells, you carry sound. Forget your bells, for joys abound. Ring forth ye bells with clarion sound. Forget your bells, for joys abound. Ring bells, ring bells, ring bells with clarion sound. For joys abound.
Constance, my daughter, why this strange depression? The village rings with seasonable joy, because the young and amiable Alexis, heir to the great Savannah Dew Point Extra, is plighted to Aline, the only daughter of Annabella, Lady Sangassur. You alone are sad and out of spirits. What is the reason? Speak, my daughter, speak.
Oh, mother, do not ask if my complexion from white to red should change in quick succession, and then from red to white. Oh, take no notice if my poor limbs should tremble with emotion. Pay no attention, mother, it is nothing. If long and deep drawn sighs I chance to utter, oh, heed them not. Their cause must lay
Time was when love and I were well acquainted. Time was when we walked ever hand in hand. A saintly youth with worldly thought untainted, none better loved than I in all the land. Time was when maidens of the noblest station, forsaking even military men, would gaze upon me wrapped in adoration. Ah me, I was a fair young curate then. Had I a headache, sighed the maids assembled. Had I a cold, welled forth a silent tear. Did I look pale, then half a parish trembled, and when I coughed all thought the end was near. I had no care, no jealous doubts hung o'er me, for I was loved beyond all other men. Fled gilded dukes and belted earls before me. Ah me, ah me, I was a pale young curate then. A pale young curate, a pale young curate. Ah me, I was a pale young curate
Good day, Reverend Sir.
Ah, the good Mrs. Partlet. I am glad to see you. And your little daughter, Constance. Why, she is quite a little woman, I do declare.
Oh, Mother, I cannot speak to him. Yes, sir. She's nearly 18 and as good a girl as ever stepped. Ah, sir, I'm afraid I shall soon lose her.
Dear me, you pay me very much. Is she delicate?
No, sir, I don't mean that. But young girls look to get married.
Ah, I take you to be sure. But there's plenty of time for that. 4 or 5 years hence, Mrs. Partlet. 4 or 5 years hence. But when the time does come, I shall take much pleasure in marrying myself.
Oh, Mother!
To some strapping young fellow in her own rank of life.
Oh, he does not love me. I have often wondered, Reverend Sir, if you'll excuse the liberty that you have ever married.
Oh, be still, my fluttering heart.
A clergyman's wife does so much good in the village. Besides that, you are not as young as you were. And before very long, you want somebody to nurse you and to take care of your little comforts.
There is much truth in what you say, Mrs. Partlet. I am getting on in years, and a helpmate would cheer my declining days. Time was when it might have been, but I have left it too long. I'm an old fogey now, am I not, my dear? A very old fogey indeed. Ah, no, Mrs. Partlet, my mind is quite made up. I shall live and die a solitary old bachelor.
Oh, Mother! Come, dear one, don't fret. At a more fitting time, we will try again. We will try again!
mine. She is rather comely, though. Time was when this old heart would have throbbed double time at the sight of such a fairy form. But tush, I am puling. Here comes the young Alexis and his proud and happy father. Let me dry this telltale tear. Some Marmaduke, my dear young friend Alexis, on this most happy, most auspicious plighting, forgive me as a true old friend, for tendering my best, my very best, congratulations.
Sir, you are most obliging.